yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Wentz now to throw. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Irving. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. McCann's kick up and good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Now Wentz.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 39. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. Being chased out left.
Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Eluding the pressure right.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on first down. Irving. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 2nd down, Irving. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there, with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Giants are able to widen their lead here in this first half. McCann now for the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 10, Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
His throw incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Single. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
48 for Mike.
Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there, as the first half is winding down.
And the Giants would extend their lead here just before halftime. McCann for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now, as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, nice move. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Wentz. Going for the deep ball. And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 10.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
Here's Robinson.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wentz.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st down, Chandler.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Hey, watch it.
To throw is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right.
They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Lefty. You better bring it. 357. Here we go. Mike 9. So we got man.
Wentz gonna throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick.
And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
From the gun, Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
On third down, Irving finds a seam inside the 40.
We live for this.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Giants have got it on cruise control.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead will swell by one more.
Washington, nothing. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Here's Robinson.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now Wentz on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now.
McCann's kick is good.
And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that
got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown.
Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
Washington, nothing. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
in this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Yeah, the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
He's crashing. He's check street. Check it out,
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Washington, nothing. Chase
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Throwing is Wentz. He finds his man complete. That's Chandler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it's gonna be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are gonna get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Check 52's the mic. Check 18, Pioneer. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to throw. Jones. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down now, Irving. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Jones now from the gun on third down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. 82. Mike 9.
Working from the gun. Wentz.
Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Wentz now on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Now Wentz. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On play action, it's Wentz. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Let's go, D.
Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get some touchdowns.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wentz again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Taking it right down Broadway. 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. He finds his man, complete. It's Chandler. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Here's Wentz to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Hey, let's get this.
Mike 9. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to take over in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So a victory here for the men in